So, carry on. Carry on. Sitting or standing is okay. Carry on, carry on.
Carry on.
We'll start with a little bit of pranayama. The reason is it's obviously useful for Murti. Are you're on there okay?
Yep.
So, no, okay. So, the important thing today for this session is the breath out, because Naudi is based on breath out, and then do some exercise. So I'm to introduce one new instruction for the breath out, and this you will find more useful, more efficient for Murti. So, so we warm up? Yeah, a little bit of warm up. So shake right, shake left, lift and drop the shoulders. We could do walking another time, because we want to get quickly to the now. So first one, I won't do it myself, I'll just try to hit this or back. First one is breathe in and circling, first backwards and then forward. If you come one step forward, yeah. You might still hit, but it's alright. So breathe in, hold the breath, and then circle both backwards 4 times, and then both forwards 4 times. And then breathe out. Keep breathing out until all the air is out, and then stop for 1, 2, 3, and then breathe in. Easy? Yeah. Should be easy. And then swimming. So about 4 or 5 times. Breathe in, hold the breath, and then swim round 4 or 5 times. 1 forwards and backwards. And then relax, breathe out. And shake, right side, left side. Lift and drop. So laughing we can do different sessions, but I think Bastrika and Electric are good, as well as the standing twist. So which one shall we do first? Do the twist first. So we jump to the end too. So don't worry about the going round or with the head still, but straight to twist and bounce. Number 1 and then number 2, or rather number 3 and then number 4, and then number 5 if you want to. So breathe out first, and then just a hint for breathing out. So there's one way of doing it, which is like this. There's a different way, maybe a better way, which is to twist the hips. So instead of leaning forward like this, you might find it stronger as well. You can feel the abs. Yeah. So when we say breathe in, for the advanced version, you breathe out first, so you have an empty lungs, and then breathe in. But the way we breathe out is like that. The easy way is just tell people to lean forward a little bit, but the more advanced method, more difficult slightly, is twist the hips. Breathe out and then slowly breathe in. So, ready? So this one is twist and bounce, normal one. So breathe in, then slowly breathe in, hold the breath, staying looking forward only, and twist and bounce. Maybe a bit slower for Jay. faster for well. When I went to Korea earlier, more than 10 years back, I remember the name of the client was Hei Suk Kim.
Kim Hye-suk.
Or Kim Hei Suk.
Yeah.
So we thought her name was Kim. So we were saying Kim. But the first bit is the same. As in
Yeah.
Hey.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
H-A-E.
Yeah.
And her name finished with S-U-K.
So
And your one is
one.
One or one.
One.
So nearly A. W-A-N.
W-O-N.
No, pronunciation
Yes.
is nearly W-A-N.
Yeah.
One.
One.
A1.
Yeah.
Not A1.
A1.
One.
A1. So A is, for pronunciation, A is easier. Or A is nearer to the actual. Okay, good. So the second one is like this. So breathe out, turning the hips, then breathe in, and then twist and bounce, twist and bounce. Hey? Is it this one? Yes, it is. Your friend is calling.
Oh, Chitranjan. Wow.
I will ignore it for the moment. We're busy. We're in a meeting. So, how would he know? I don't know how he would know. Maybe he's figured out something. Where are we? Oh, next one. So a bit more difficult. So breathe in. Breathe out. So twist the hips. Then breathe in. Hold the breath. And then twist and bounce. Twist and bounce. Keep the head looking forward. Head forward. It's a bit more difficult because the arms. Okay, and then breathe out. I think next one we do is electric. Bhastrika we'll do last before the now, because that will help you to build up energy. It's like bing, wake me up. So, where are we? Yeah, electric. We're not doing the bonus, just 1, 2, 3, and finished. So hands in this position. Breathe out, twist the hips, then breathe in. Look up slightly so more air comes in. Hold the breath, and then lock the chin, expand the chest. Holding for 5 is enough, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift the head, open the hands and feet, and breathe out. Hold the breath out for 3 seconds. And then breathe in, coming up. Let me shake. Right, left, shoulders. Next is push down to the abdomen. So feet together, fingers linked. Twist the hips, breathe out. And breathe in. Hold the breath, chin onto the chest. And then try to relax the breath down into the abdomen. Just 5 seconds is enough. Then lift the head, open the hands and feet, breathe out, keep breathing out until there's no air left. And then hold out for 3 seconds. And then breathe in. Okay, then shake right, left, shoulders. 3 is up and down. So first expand, hold the breath and then expand and then push down, up, down, up. So up and up, down. It's the diaphragm muscle. There's no other instruction. I think it's the same. Yeah. We can talk in the break. There's nothing urgent. The only recent event was Swamiji's birthday. I can't think of anything urgent. You can wait 1 hour. So, where are we? Number 3. So breathe out. And breathe in. Hold the breath. Lock the chin onto the chest. And then lift. And push down. Pull up. Push down, pull up, push down, about 5 times, corresponding to about 5 seconds. And then stop the exercise, lift the hands, head, open the hands and feet, breathe out. And then hold the breath out for 3 seconds.
He usually calls you?
No,
No? Once a year?
not even once a year.
Wow. Impressive.
Maybe he knows you're here.
Maybe.
So I'm
Yeah.
just wondering how he found out that you're here.
어떻게 알아?
글쎄.
So he wants to provide services to you and you can go to Bulgaria and
Before I contact you, I sent a message to him in his YouTube channel,
that's
but he didn't reply.
so he saw the connection.
How no? How?
제가 얘기하고 있잖아.
So from my point of view, you can choose whatever you like to do. I don't mind. But the usual, be aware, be cautious. So this tape is not going to be public, just for reference. My reference and your reference. What else? Number 3 we've done. So Bastrika. We'll just do the normal Swamiji one, not the classical, not the extended or nothing extra. So 30, if it's comfortable. So breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Carry on up to 30. So approximately, I should be able to feel something. A little bit. A bit. Oh, yes, the angle I've got. So yes, it is. And relax, shake. Left and right. Drop the shoulders. Shake the whole body. Then the second one. So hands facing each other. Breathe out. And then carry on. 30. Shake, right side, left side, shoulders. That's the second one. So third one, hands at the side. And then breathe in, carry on 30 times. So 5 hold out for 3 seconds. And then breathe in, coming up. So I'm going to develop this breathing out technique. So just do the same. So breathe in, no breathing out, just breathe in, breathe out fully. Hold out for 3 seconds.
한 번 더.
So breathe in, breathe out. When the air is out, then hold it for 3 seconds. And then breathe in. And just one more of this, then I'll show you an extra instruction, which will improve the technique. So just breathe in normally, breathe out, and hold the breath out for 3 seconds. So what I'm doing is preparing for Nelly. So those are the 3 normal breathing out, holding for 3 seconds out. What I want to show you is a more advanced technique of the breath out. So if you imagine the lungs like a balloon, when we breathe out, it gets reduced, the volume gets reduced. It will never go to 0. So maybe not even 100%. You can't breathe until it's full, and you can't breathe out until it's empty. What you can do is breathe out as we have done 3 times, then maybe, we don't know how much, 20%, 15%, maybe 10% is still left. And the extra instruction is at the end. So you breathe out everything, it's finished, and then an extra breath out. If you do this for Nauli, or any of the Nauli exercises, you'll find when you draw in, it's much easier because there's more vacuum in the lung. So when you try to expand the chest, then this automatically comes in because there's more vacuum. So 3 times we'll try that. So breathe out normally until the breath is out, and just at the end, just a little, it won't be that big, just breathe out and just a bit extra, and then hold the breath for 3 seconds. So breathe in normally, breathe out normally until all the air is out, and then the last burst. Then hold for 3 seconds, and then slowly breathe in. Better?
자동으로 이렇게 나오는 데는 괜찮은 것 같아요.
Better? More improved technique? So we'll do 2 more times. So the second one, breathe in, full breath, breathe out. Then hold for 3 seconds. It can be more than 3, it can be 4 or 5. And it can be less as well, 2 or 1. At least one person in the past, so in the previous 40 years, they couldn't hold out. They could breathe out, they could breathe in, hold. They couldn't hold out, but they could breathe out and hold out. As soon as they breathe out, then they breathe in. So they didn't have the ability to hold the breath out. So number 3, so breathe in, hold the breath, hold the breath, push the breath out normally, and then last, and then hold for 3 seconds, 4 if you can, 5 if you can, and then breathe in, coming up. So what you will find, as well as for the breath out, it will be beneficial, as well as for Nauli it will be beneficial. It's a little technique, but better things to remember, but they won't do it properly. Whereas now you've done the foundation, you built up, so now this extra instruction will improve the breath out and everything else. You can also do it in the normal exercises like electric pranayama and various other rotation and so on. But it's more important in Nauli. That's why I've introduced it. But I didn't introduce it previously when we did Nauli. So you can focus on the actual Nauli, not the breathing. So now we can combine everything, the stomach exercise plus the proper breathing out with all the technique. And it should be much improved technique. So, understanding that this video is just for us, I'm not going to distribute it. I'll send you a copy. There is a way to do it by YouTube. I can send you a link, which is only for you. No one else can see it. So you can do it that way. Or there are other methods to send you several megabytes of video. Because I can't email it.
Too much.
It's too big for email. So, Nauli. So, brief summary just for the video. Last night you did the gi netting. I think in the morning you might have done gi netting. Then you did rubber netting, tongue cleaner, massaging with the gi for the gums and teeth and above and underneath the tongue and so on. And bitter tea.
Bitter tea.
Or the paneer ke dodi.
Paneer ke dodi.
Rather than the other bitter tea which Swami developed using 4 bitter herbs. Well, each of those bitter herbs you would find too strong, but the way he combines it, it's okay. It's not so bitter because the flavours complement each other. And there's another, like a powder, which you can put on food, which is the masala, which has about 21 different herbs and spices in a mixture where you don't notice how strong each individual one is because it's in the whole, like an orchestra. You don't notice one instrument in the whole orchestra, you just see the whole sound. So it's similar to this. Where this one, paneer ke dodi, is unusual. There's only a single method of single plant. Easy to remember, easy to use. We can use it cold as well. So once you've prepared it, you can put it in the fridge. And in hot weather, you can have it cold. In cold weather, you can have it hot. But in general, it's better hot. Because as you drink it hot, it helps the cleaning through. But if the weather is hot, then it's already hot inside, so you don't want extra hot. So now we'll go through slowly. When I counted one time the different sections, different parts, there may be 20 different parts to Nauli. So Nauli we use as a general term. It covers Udyamband as well. It also covers Swamiji's invention of the rolling, Uparanta Nauli. Left and right. All of that is covered under one word, Nauli, or 2 words, Nauli Kriya. So you've done Neti Kriya, so now we do Nauli Kriya. Later, we've already done some pranayama, then we do some crocodile exercise. So today on the right side, give you a bit more challenge, make you happy and peaceful and relaxed, and all good things. So just patience is the main thing for yoga. You will get all the good results, but patiently. You can't get all in one session or even in one course. You have to practice. Because the course only provides the instruction. That's the 1%. And the 99% you have to do the practice. I think this is similar in other subjects as well. So, without any further background information, we'll start. If you want to keep your notes ready, or you can wait until I send you the video, it's up to you.
I can memorize.
Okay, you have a recorder. There's a characteristic called eidetic memory, which the common name is photographic memory. So if someone has experienced something, they remember exactly everything, including if you ask them, what did you have 5 years ago on a Sunday, they would be able to tell you.
Not that much.
Not that much. But that's the extreme. And then normal people can't remember what they had yesterday. But between those two extremes, there's somewhere people are in the middle as well. So very good memory. They don't need to write down too much. I think Swamiji had almost fully eidetic memory. So he could remember everything from the past. I'll give an example later. Just remind me and give an example. So it was doubly interesting that going to a lecture he would write notes. And I would think, why does he need to write notes? He's that high a master. Why does he need to write notes? But I've mentioned already that it was lead by example. So he was showing his students or other teachers that yes, you have to make notes for the important things. Jack said, Jack thinks that he wrote it, but he never read it later. But maybe mostly true. Yeah. So that's sort of funny in a way, because no other teacher on the stage, if there were maybe 5 or 6 teachers, no other teacher had any notes, and Swami was taking notes. So that was sort of funny in one way. And a different perception is that he had this eidetic memory, photographic memory. So he didn't actually need to write anything. He could remember exactly what each of the other teachers or masters had said. 1 month later, 2 years later, anything. So doubly funny. One, that he didn't need to write it, because he had the eidetic memory, and 2, that no one else was writing it. He was just doing it as teaching by example. So giving a hint to the audience that you should also make some notes. In the modern times, it's not so important to take notes because we have video, photographs, books, much more than we had in the previous times. There is one main difference though. What we have heard from other students is that when they choose to write down notes, they actually absorb the information better because of the physical action of writing, the mind and paper connection. So they have to think a bit more, and that helps to learn it first, understand it, and then practice it. So in some ways it's still better to have the notes. So, ready? All of these can also be done in a sitting position. Either lotus, or you can do this normal sitting position and do all the exercise if you want. But when we teach it, it's easier standing position. So when you lean forward, it's not too much, not this much, just about 30 degrees, bend the legs, and hands are like this. Do you have there's a mirror? No mirror?
Mirror?
No mirror.
You got a mirror then. Just about. You don't need a mirror. If you have types of mirror, self-standing, where you can adjust the angle when you're getting ready, etc. You can adjust the angle. So those are actually better. So when you lean down, it's at the right angle to see. But we carry on without. So number 1, breath out in the normal way. So compared to normal exercises, when we say breath in, we breathe out first and then breathe in. So in this one we actually breathe in first to prepare for the breath out, and then hold the breath out for, let's try 3 seconds first. Or you can try 5 seconds initially. You can stay with 3 seconds for the movement until you're confident. I'm saying 3. You could count 1, 2, 3 and finish. You could count 1, 2, 3. So the count is not the important bit, it's the time which is more important. So don't worry if I say 3 and I say 5. You might count slowly 3 and you might count quickly 5. So it's just an indication. And also not to make you too worried. If I said in the beginning, hold your breath out for 30 seconds, you might get a bit frightened and not be willing to do it the next day. If I say hold your breath out for 1 second, everyone thinks it's easy. Yeah? Except possibly one person in 40 years who can't hold even for 1 second. But in general it's easy for 1 second. So when I move to 3 seconds, you can count slowly or quickly, it's your choice. When I say 5, what I'm doing is giving you a bit more stretch, more challenge. So either you can count quicker, or you can count the same amount so you hold it longer. So, next, first exercise, we breathe in first, no breath out. Breathe in, breathe out fully, hold the breath out, and then draw the, with the burst out, and then draw the stomach in and up. So, in towards the spine and up towards the lungs. So hopefully what you will find is with the extra at the end, it will help the...
Try again.
Yes. So when you go back to Korea, they will say, what is that? We've never heard of it. And you say, that's the Indian side. One of Swamiji's ideas, similar to your idea, is movement is life. So in a lot of the exercises, we like to have movement. If you look at the Hatha Yoga, there is no movement. So you take a position and it's fixed for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Just out of interest, Swamiji was giving a lecture and he said, minimum you have to hold 3 minutes, the Hatha Yoga position. And then just as a little joke, he said, you can't hold for 1 second any of these positions, especially the difficult ones. So it's not suitable for most people. Once you have the foundation and intermediate and a bit more, then you can do the advance, no problem. So he was saying, when he was young and practicing, he could hold any position for 8 hours. And I thought maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 1 hour. But 8 hours? Imagine holding the peacock position, Mayurasana, on the floor for 8 hours. He did say any position. Imagine scorpion for 8 hours.
뻥이지 않을까?
No breaks allowed, no lunch, no dinner, no breakfast. So, going back to the principle. So we've done number 1, but the memory is triggered that Swamiji's principle is movement.
Mhm.
So we like movement in the exercise. So Uddiyana Bandh classically is static.
Mhm.
So you breathe out, draw the stomach in and up, and just hold it static. So Swamiji introduced the in and out. So it's not like number 2 electric. Yeah. So electric exercise is 1, 2, 3. It's not number 2. And so number 2 goes from normal to out. So we don't want that. We want from normal going in and then back to normal, then in, then back to normal. So not going further than normal. And slowly. So when you're learning for several weeks, maybe several months, slowly. So approximately 1 per second is okay. So I'll show you first. So normal, then in, out, in, out. Count maybe 5 times, if you can manage. If you want to breathe in before, then stop the exercise and then breathe in. So, not breathing out, breathe in, hold, breathe out, and then do Uddiyana Bandh, but then release it, and then do it. So pull, release, yeah, that's it. And then relax, shake. For the shaking, sometimes we can go through a whole group, like electric or Bastrika or laughing or spinal twist or those kind of prana. We can go through one group without having the shake in between, but we definitely do it between the groups. So it's optional within the group, but you have to do it between the groups. So, my question is, do you want to practice that one again?
Yeah.
So this is number 2 again. So breathe in straight, out, and then from normal, the abdomen goes in, back to normal, in, back to normal, etc., etc. About 5 times is enough. You can do more if you want. Okay, when you're showing beginners, then we can use this technique. So keep the hands here. Do the same exercise, so breathe in, breathe out quickly, and then use the hands to pull in, back to normal, in, back to normal, etc. And then breathe in. So about 5 times is enough. For beginners, it's okay. We're allowed to use the hand. After some practice, you don't need to use the hand. So that's number 1 and 2. Number 3 and 4 are the center navali. So 2 main muscles going down. I can't remember the name.
Practice abdominis.
Yes, that's right. So we want to centralize those. In the logical order, like we do the classical first. So we breathe out, and then without moving the hands, we try to bring it forward. So try that first, then we do the Swamiji's invention of both hands going down. So classical first. You can do it?
No.
Okay. I was going to say we can have a look and see if you're doing it. If you look on YouTube, there are ladies showing it, if you're interested. all of these 20. Maybe only showing rolling, the fixed one, rolling the other way.